Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is your girl, Mommy So True. Hey guys, what a beautiful day to stop in and check in. Want to talk to my survivors. Want to share this with my thrivers. You guys, at the end of it all, the reason why I'm here, if you don't know who I am, the reason why I'm here is because we that have survived narcissistic abuse, we need to understand what it all meant for us. We also need to understand really what has happened here and what is happening here and the differences between terminology that's being used, because you guys, the truth is there's a lot of talk about this subject. There's a lot of talk about this subject. There are a lot of people sharing perspectives, knowledge, education, so on and so forth. And we are all entitled to our opinions, how we feel about this, especially if you've been abused, right? And my channel is not to offend. No, it is not. I'm here to share my story, and I'm here to let you know what I know behind what we have went through. Because at the end of it all, y'all, we're the ones who walked out with the torch. We're the winners. We're the champions here. Narcissistic abuse did not do anything but teach us or help us rediscover self-love. The reason why I am one of those people who do believe that when it comes to the term narcissism, it is on a spectrum. It is, when you're talking about narcissism, you're talking about human beings, period. And I do not care what someone else is talking about and what they've taught, whatever. Because no, I am not a licensed psychiatrist, but there are many licensed psychiatrists that I have learned from. Okay, so my thoughts are my thoughts. My perspective is my perspective. And I want to share with you today, I have a wonderful resource. Dr. Marks is a psychiatrist who specializes in mental health. And one of her specialties is narcissistic abuse. She has over 20 years experience in this subject and on this matter. And she has a video that I have shown on my channel before, but today I want to reintroduce this video because I do believe that this aspect of narcissism needs to be understood by the person that has gone through it, whether it's been your parent or a spousal relationship. Narcissism, to a very high degree for you, it's important for you to understand what it means for you, because at the end of the day, the abuse that you endured with a narcissist needs to reveal to you whether you have high self-esteem or you have low self-esteem. Is it too high? Is it balanced? Or is it low and it needs to be worked on? And I may not be able to explain it. I'm going to let Dr. Marks do it, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not here to be nobody's psychiatrist. No, that's not who I am. I ain't your preacher, none of that. I am just a human being who is here stating facts. Yeah. When I sit here and say that things are truth coming out of my mouth, it's because I have confirmed. I don't just sit here and just make stuff up. I don't just sit here and just talk out of emotion and pain. No, I'm sorry if that's hard for some people to hear because they're listening to all these other people. Listen, I have a mind of my own, and I will forever stand firm on that. My thoughts and beliefs are backed up by research, and research is disagreeable. When it comes to mental health and psychology, a lot of people have their own opinions about it. And I am never going to take offense to someone's opinion, but I will always stand firm in the facts that I know are facts. And I'm always open to learning. I am not closed-minded to learning from anybody. I am always willing to learn. I'm a learner. But most importantly, for survivors, victims of narcissistic abuse, you need to understand that this boils down to you learning, rediscovering, or developing and growing your own self-esteem. You have to be able to confidently say, I love myself. I love me. And I have made certain decisions in my life that may have been bad, may have been mistakes, may have self-sabotaged my ways or my own plans and my own visions in life because of a lack of love growing up. Because somebody in your life has made you feel unworthy or not good enough. So many people have dealt with a narcissist and they had high self-esteem, but the narcissist targeted you for that very reason. You're strong. They don't just go after weak people. No, they actually don't prefer weak. They prefer strong, tough, confident, high self-esteem people. So you were targeted and they tried to devalue you. Tried. It hurt. They broke you in a lot of ways. But once you disconnected, cut them off and moved on, look at you now. You rediscovered your confidence, your self-esteem. You probably boosted up a lot of your own ego because you needed to. There's nothing wrong with having ego. There's nothing wrong with having a sense of pride within yourself. That does not make you a narcissist. Can it make you narcissistic to some degree? Yeah. That's why I say they help us self-discover. Because if you are narcissistic and it's affecting your life in a negative way, there's ways to fix it. That's when therapy comes in play. Because you are willing to unlearn once you become self-aware of your own narcissistic ways. But we are not all narcissists. To have narcissistic personality disorder is way different. The only way that you were able to defeat a narcissist is because of your own self-love, which on the spectrum of narcissism is essential for you as a human being. Yeah, this is the truth. These are facts. This is. And many can disagree. Many can argue it. But it is what it is. My research doesn't even stem from just these modern doctors and doctors of today. I look way back in history. I look way back to the father of psychology, Sigmund Freud. This man suffered a lot of trauma in his life, and it pushed him to create a lot of what we now know as psychology. He is the father of mental health. He opened up this world of psychology for us now. In the 1900s, this man sat down. 1800s, 1900s, this man sat down and wrote what he thought, his philosophy, his theories on human behavior and what affects our behaviors, our way of thinking, what makes us react the way we react from baby to adulthood. And for me and my own personal life story, his theories make a lot of sense for me. I'm not asking anybody to agree with me. This is just my perspective. It's the truth for me. These are facts for me. I'm not here to compete with nobody on YouTube, on the internet. I'm not here to compete with anybody talking about narcissistic abuse. Whatever resonates with whoever is what resonates with whoever. However you perceive what I talk about on my channel, it's your own problem, and maybe it's your own narcissistic problem. But real quick, y'all, let me drop this video from Dr. Marks breaking down narcissism. Let's take a look.
Narcissism has several facets to it. Here are some of the terms you've probably already heard. Narcissism, pathological narcissism, malignant narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder, narcissistic vulnerability, narcissistic injury, and narcissistic abuse. Narcissism is not a diagnosis, it's a psychological concept that helps explain or define human behavior. Another term for this is a psychological construct. Narcissism is defined as love of the self. The name comes from the Greek mythological character Narcissus. Narcissus was a handsome hunter who fell in love with himself and eventually with his reflection in a pool of water. When he leaned down to kiss his reflection, he couldn't see his face, so he continued to stare at the reflection until he died of thirst. In its most basic form, narcissism, as we use the term today, is neither good nor bad. It's on a spectrum of healthy to pathological. Healthy narcissism is the ability to take pleasure in yourself and your accomplishments. You develop a healthy level of narcissism in childhood when you have parents who allow you the freedom to form your own opinions and express your most vulnerable emotions in a supportive environment without criticism and shame. So in essence, you're supposed to love yourself. Think of it as a fortress that's built with an impenetrable core. Your outside is made of material that can be damaged, but only on a superficial level. So for example, if you have a strong core of self-love and joy, you can sit in a job that you hate and take the arrows that are thrown at you. The arrows may damage you superficially, like making you unhappy at work, but you can withstand it because you still have your core that allows you to feel satisfaction with life from the inside.
I absolutely love that video. It is the best, to me, breakdown of what the term narcissism means and how much impact that can have on a survivor of narcissistic abuse, to understand maybe why you were able to defeat the narcissist, or to understand what it takes to recover after dealing with that. If they did bring you down and tear down your self-esteem, if you're having it hard to, have a sense of pride in your own accomplishments in life because you had a parent who never made you feel like anything you did was enough. Your achievements were never enough. You always felt stuck, and then some people, because of low self-esteem, they always sabotage their own path in life, and life just never goes upward, and then we have those who are called narcissists because they have such strong self-esteem. Their resilience is amazing. They don't let nothing or nobody keep them down, and even through narcissistic abuse, they bounce back and they move on and they push forward like it was nothing. They swallow that pill and they keep it pushing. They learn that, man, this person tried to ruin me, but it didn't work. This person tried to destroy who I was. This person almost made me forget or wanted me to forget who I am, but I'll be damned. I am who I am, and I stand firm on that. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and tighten up and make sure that that's never miscommunicated again. You need to have a strong level of confidence in this life to defeat these narcissistic people that we're dealing with. You need to know how to talk, when not to talk, when to just disconnect, detach, move away, get away. Everyone's situation is different. So, yeah, we talk about no contact and we talk about all this other stuff, but it all boils down to you needing to know how to handle these people by knowing who you are, being strong and firm in who you are, being confident in who you are, embracing who you are. Because these narcissistic parents, these narcissistic teachers that you've had, these narcissistic friends, if you really dealt with a real narcissist, the determination to break down who you are to your core was their main purpose and their main objective, so they can have control, so they can boost their ego. So how dare you not pay attention to having your own ego, paying attention to loving yourself? Because so many of us did not love ourselves enough to let this person in, to ignore the red flags. We might have been confident, but we didn't love ourselves enough, clearly. And that's okay to accept that accountability now that we're choosing to heal, now that we're trying to walk in our healing journey. This abuse is designed to make you feel crazy, to make you feel like you are completely just wrong, to make you feel bad for being the person that you are. And for so many of you, you are a strong individual. You carry a certain amount of self-esteem that caused the relationship to fall apart because they could not stand you. They hate you for being someone who set boundaries, even though you didn't even know that's what you were doing. They hate you for being resilient to their pain. They hate you for finding ways to still reach goals, accomplish goals, to still keep that job. to still wake up and find a way to be happy. Many people do not allow the narcissist to affect them like that. A lot of people know how to really shut them out, really make them irrelevant, whether they're around them or not. You know how to disconnect in a very respectful way. That's why a lot of us know how to be silent. We know how to be respectfully silent. We know how to change our energy. We know how to let you feel that we do not rock with you like that. We don't got to really say too much. We're just going to give you the silent treatment. To me, for someone who has survived narcissists in my life, I've learned the power of silent treatment. It's not always abusive. For someone who's been abused by people who've used silent treatment to abuse me, I've learned that taking my power back involved learning not fighting back in certain ways, or learning how to just give them quick responses, strong responses that make them sit back and scratch their head and wonder, damn, did she really just check me like that? Yeah, I did. And then after I say it, I ain't gonna say nothing else. After I set my boundaries clear, I don't got nothing else to say to you. Many might call that toxic, but to me, it's a survival mechanism, and it has worked for me, especially because I've dealt with and I deal with people with narcissistic personality disorder. So, like I said, my perspective is my perspective. My opinion is my opinion, but it's backed up by true facts. And a narcissist in your life did not do anything but point to you that you need to pay attention to self-love. You need to find it, rediscover it. You need to build it. You need to build a guard around it. You need to find out what that is for you, because you just dealt with somebody who has no idea what that is. In their mind, they think they do, but they really don't. They really did not have that confidence that you thought they had in the beginning. It's non-existent. This is a fake person. You're not though. You're not though. That's why when it comes to narcissism, I look at how it plays for a human being and how we're able to deal with narcissists in work environments, in our homes. Some people are raising narcissistic children. Some people are married to narcissists. They won't leave them because they have found a way to handle them, depending on the level of narcissist that they are dealing with. Some choose to just sit and handle them because they have that self-esteem. They have that mind that's like, you cannot break me. But for me, if you sit around any narcissist long enough, they're going to make you crazy. That's why I choose no contact. So that's just my thought. But I wanted to share this with survivors of narcissistic abuse, those that are thriving, those that are even dealing with a narcissist now, those that are dealing with self-esteem, lack of self-esteem, those that are, finding it hard to forgive themselves after they've allowed someone like this into their life and broken their heart. You got to pay attention to the main lesson here is, do you love yourself? Are you ready to love yourself? The pain is enough for you to choose yourself. So let me know what you think, guys. Drop a comment. Like the video if it resonates with you. And if you're new here and if this is a community you want to be a part of because you are thriving post-narcissistic abuse, I'm here for you. We're here with you. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss my weekly videos. And for those of you who would love to work with me as a life coach, I am here for you. The information to book those sessions are in the description box below as well. And Dr. Mark's video, the link is in the description box if you want to watch the rest of it. She gets into talking about, the difference between narcissism and being narcissistic. And I think this is just important for survivors to understand, because what you don't want to do is just stay focused on the narcissist. You need to understand what it all meant for you, what it all did for you, what it's doing for your life so you can break out of this cycle. That's what it's about. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for being true. Stay blessed, and I will see you next time.